What is up, guys? Good morning. Working on the Tacoma Overland again. Got some bed boxes. I got these in a trade. I traded my tonneau cover for these bed boxes, which I think is a good deal. That one's a cooler. This one is just a general storage box. Anyways, they're supposed to fix mount on the bed rails right over the fenders and really keep everything nice, close, and tidy. But we're gonna do something different. These are from Amazon, undoubtedly from China. 2 500-pound rails. So slide out industrial rails. I don't think they're actually for automotive, but we're gonna make do. And as you can see, here's what we're working on. These things are pretty neat because they just go right over the fenders. The back side of these, has the mold out for the fender cover. So theoretically, you're saving a little bit of space there. Inside, the keyed storage, obviously. So I think they'll be good. I'm making them slide out, obviously. The upper rail somehow lined up perfectly, relatively perfectly, to mount to the actual truck bed rail system where the overland rack is located. And this one on the outside will have a lock and be able to slide in and out. Right now, we are working on the interior piece, making the mounts for it, and we'll go from there. I only say all this because I need to powder coat some parts. So right now we are working on cutting out the interior mounting pieces and getting those powder coated. And then I'll walk you through how to set up and install all this in the whole 9 yards. So let me show you what we got on the plasma table being cut out right now. So yeah, these are cut out of 1/8 inch. I've just got 1/8 inch laying around, so everything until I run out is gonna be made out of 1/8. Cut a nice little horizontal line to allow you to bend it in a vise nice and easy. That'll get fully welded up and go from there. Obviously, I had no offset, no wiggle, no lead in, lead out. Kind of just cut them. You won't be able to tell the difference. So I'm happy with these. We're gonna get these cleaned up and powder coated them to match the truck. And yeah, once we're done with these, we'll do the installation, but let's just fabricate and manufacture these 8. All right, well, I didn't want to hand sand everything, so I figured I'd turn on the Laguna metal sander for the first time since I moved. And I should really use this tool more. It's such a great tool. It's just like if you're not doing production stuff, it feels like a hassle to turn it on, maybe, in my mind. Anyways, we got a little bit of dross on these brackets, so just throwing it through single pass. It's gonna go off the powder coat anyways. As you can see, where the beveled edge from the heat that causes the metal to expand, if you get the actual height just right on the sander, it really leaves a nice finish. We used to sell parts like these. Brings back memories. All right, last step. These just got out of the sander. As you can see, the last step is to make the bend. It's pretty simple. Lock it in the vise. Doesn't have to be tight. As you can see, we've got the horizontal cut with a 1/4 inch to spare on each, and then 6 inches of leverage. Really just single finger bending to get it close enough to 90. So let's go weld these out, throw them in the powder coat oven. All right, so welded out all 8 of them. As you can see, just 1/8 inch with the good old Miller. So Miller-matic, we got all the inside corners welded. This one, it didn't quite pull into 90, so I'll be pulling this one back, make sure everything's in a 90. And then go hang these in the powder coat oven and bake them black, and then we'll bake them the color shift purple to match the truck. All right, just hand bent, fine tuned everything. There's all 8. Time for powder. glue. All right, just like that, we are in for black powder. Get those baked off and throw the razzle dazzle on it. All right, so back working on these bed sliders. That's how they mount into the rail. Obviously you got the OEM rail, T-slotted screws that, you know, hold everything in place, including the overland rack. So that's what we're gonna use. The actual rails themselves, I can drop this down, do have some mounting holes. All I'm gonna do is expand some of the holes to fit these 3/8 bolts and then drill some new ones. So not the hardest thing in the world. Let's get this bolted up, marked up, and ready to drill out. All right, so as you can tell, we've got this one installed, and that's where the bolts line up into the actual mount itself. And if you pull it out, this is how you manage to get the bolts that are covered. So happy with that. First step done. All right, so here's the next step. It's drilling holes. They put this tab up top just for me, I think. So I'm gonna drill holes through it, mount it with some little 1/4" bolts for the upper rail, and we're good to go there. So let me get these bolts in place, show you the sliding action, and talk about the lower rail. Just so you guys are aware, these things come with different bolt sizes or bolt hole locations or whatever, try to be universal. The ones that are hidden inside the actual stage mechanisms, you can play with the stages and like push the longest stage in and pull the middle one out to get the access hole. However, for this use case, because it's a random use case of a Tacoma, the middle stage can't come all the way out for an access hole. So I'm just going to drill a hole straight through all of the stages. I will then take a large chamfer drill bit and get enough, go ahead and put that anywhere, get enough of a gap in the outer stage without, you know, chamfering through the inner stage where it's a small diameter, and that way I can put the bolt in. It's the same thing I did over here. So kind of a redneck way to do it, but outer stage is just wide enough for the bolt. Inner stage is obviously less wide because you're using a step bit. So that's the way it works. Let's get the last one done. All right, so everything's hung in place. Boxes are looking good. Let's talk about this lower rail. So I know from this side, since everything's CNC cut, where to mount the lower rail in terms of a horizontal distance from the side of the cab. So I'm gonna go ahead and drill and mount these ones. I legit cannot put a camera under the truck because I'm not in the shop with the lift or anything. So do a little bit of movie magic, get this thing mounted and bolt it in place. Then we'll slide it out, mount it to the bed box. All right, so that's all she wrote. We are looking good. Both slide outs are in place, and the cooler one, I like the way that slides. That's good enough for me. So happy with this. Let's let's go ahead and probably leaf below the bed, get it cleaned up, and look at how much little bed space we have left. I will say it does take some effort to get over some of the humps with where the bed rails oscillate, but it's all good. Yeah, we're losing some bed space, but all I need to do is fit the mountain bike in the middle. So anyways, that's it for this project, bed rail slide outs. I might use those same mounts and make a custom deck system, a slide out drawer, and something else, but I think we're good for now. Tacoma though, really liking it. It's turning into something. I don't know what, but it's turning into something. Either way, let me catch you guys next time.